going to win, going to take out Team Stephen A.
They're still playing? What are they? 3-hour game?
There's only 14 seconds left. A lot of dunks, though. I'm going to give them some credit. Micah Parsons and Puka Nacua, the stars. We'll see which one gets the MVP. But I'll tell you, Rob, the sad thing, and I actually mean this game is more competitive than the actual All-Star.
That's terrible.
I mean, and it's like they're trying. They're out there trying. Rob G, you got it on. Am I wrong?
No, yeah, they're really going hard. I mean, like, Mike is legitimately sweating out there.
No, they are going at it. He's exhausted. And, you know, that's how you play.
Well, I mean, at least he played hard there and not the postseason game.
Well, he tried. He just didn't happen. But my point is, Rob, that we all know that something has to change with the All-Star game. And when I first recognized it, Rob, it was I think it was 2014. The year was in New York City at Madison Square Garden. And I remember Russell Westbrook won the MVP. And I remember thinking to myself after watching that game, like, how could you even choose an MVP? He had the most points, or was up here every time he had points. But it was such a disjointed, non-competitive game, you know what I mean? That it's how do you pick an MVP? Like, no, there was no resistance to anybody.
Do you remember, Chris, prior to that, I remember writing columns about where whoever's hometown it was, they defeat them the ball for them to be MVP. And that was bad. Do you remember that? That was bad too. It used to be like, I think is Glenn Rice from Cleveland, Chris?
No, but he won it. That year was in Cleveland because I remember writing the game scores.
Do you remember that? Yeah.
Terrell Brandon was from Cleveland. There was thought, and it wasn't, to me at least, Rob. It wasn't so much. We're just gonna. It's not even gonna be a game, and we're just gonna give this guy the ball and make sure he scores. It was like, to me, within the course of the game, yeah, we're gonna try to, feed the guy who's from the hometown team,
right?
And if he does his thing, he can be. We're gonna give him a chance to be the MVP, a better chance, But it wasn't like, you know what I mean, where the defense wasn't. I just know no one else was shooting and things like that.
Yeah, I just remember it was maybe 2 or 3 years in a row where the guy from the team or from the city, you know what I mean, was the MVP.
Yeah.
And I just remember the Glenn Rice one. I was there for that too. I just thought,
Rob, I think, look, they're trying to figure out how to fix it. And I think Eddie made a good point, and you've been dozens of All-Star games. I will say, and I've said it before, but Eddie brought it up, Rob, it is true that there is so much other stuff going on. And Byron Scott said when this is that the last thing on the player's mind is that game. And I firmly believe it. Because, it's Wednesday night is when the festivities begin. There are tons of parties every night. There's stuff going on during the day.
Don't forget some
community service.
Building houses, doing feeding people.
They do stuff for the NBA, NBA cares and all that. And that's not even to mention, their marketing deals. So there's suites all over with Nike, Adidas, every company. And players are at those. And I'm telling Rob, just as a writer, I imagine you feel the same way. As a writer,
worn out.
By the time they get to the game at freaking 8 or 9 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock, whatever it is,
Sunday night.
Yeah, it's like we don't even care about this game. I wonder if. So I think that there's so much going on that it's hard to get the game to be competitive. But I wonder, and I don't think they do it. But Rob, you remember it used to be on in the afternoon. So what if you move the game up to the afternoon? Obviously, that makes guys at least think about, not going as hard Saturday night.
I'm going to stop you.
And
television doesn't want it to.
Well, yeah, I know that it won't happen, right? But I hear you. I hear you. That would bring back the league a little bit.
I hear you. But it's like when all the games are on late and people complain to the leagues. Chris, you know this. Television is paying the freight.
Right.
They want the game on when they want the games on. They're going to start the NBA Finals at 9 o'clock. That's what time they're going to start them. They don't care. Right. The league doesn't want. You think the
whatever's best for the ratings, but
right.
Yeah, so I think that might help. I think something that would definitely give it a pop, at least for a year or two. And we've mentioned it, the international versus the American. The problem is that the international destroyed us in the first year.
On foundation,
I just wanted to look glowy. That stuff isn't even cruelty-free.
I find you guilty and sentence you to $14 glowy skin.
Your Honor, in my humble opinion, that is more of a reward.
And in my humble opinion, you're a putz.
Judge Beebe's criminal eyes, lips, and facts.
Count the facts.
Now, maybe the next year be like, okay, yeah, all right, we gonna show them this year. We gonna see what time it is.
Maybe.
And then if we got blasted again, then it's like, okay, you know what I mean? Like it's back to being what it was.
Then it'll be like Rocky, Chris. They gotta, like the Rocky movies, right? First he fought the black guy, then the Russian. You gotta go through all the steps, right? And then they'd have to get somebody from like Mars. It's got to be like an alien and all that.
What was Rocky 5? Tommy Morrison fought. Was that Tommy Morrison?
I think so.
Rocky, no, well, he fought at 6.
But you remember
he fought the guy that beat Antonio Tarver, that beat Roy Jones. Remember that one when he was 60?
But you know what I'm saying? It was always like a predictable.
Yeah.
The black guy would Carl Weathers right first. And then it was, well,
it was Carl Weathers for the first 2.
Right.
Then it was Clubber Lang, Mr. T.
Mr. T, right.
T,
and then it was
3,
the
and then it was
Russian.
Ivan Drago, 4, yeah. And then 5, I think, was Tommy Morrison. I can't remember the exact storyline. But, do you want to, Eddie brought up, a point we were talking about the international versus the American.
He's got a ladder now. He could be contemplating something very
Point. Obviously, Luka, Jokic,
I disagree with that.
These guys aren't great defenders. Yeah. But here's what I thought about this, because initially I was like, that's interesting. But I thought about it, Rob, and here's the thing. When we play these teams internationally, we wouldn't look at them as great defenders either. Right? We weren't looking at Germany as great defenders this year, in our last year in the FIBA, and they still beat us. Right. And they don't have a Giannis. Like, they'll have a few good defenders, Embiid. Like, they will have some guys who can defend, and obviously the lane. So, yeah, it'd be tough for us.
I think the international players would beat the American players. I really do. Like, if they played all their guys, all the Chris, because all the
they're starting 5. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, MVP candidate. Luka, they're not winning enough. They're one of the best 5 players. Embiid, Jokic, and Giannis. Those 3 are all MVP candidates. So, all the MVP candidates are international. I mean, Jason Tatum made.
What do you mean? Rob Cheese says he protested Embiid because he's American, he's dual citizen.
He wants Embiid to play
we get him, Chris.
He's got dual citizenship.
We get him.
It's the same. This is how far we've fallen.
Yes.
Right.
Now, some people want Canada too, Rob. They want the Canadians because it's North America.
No, that's a different
How
country.
far have we fallen where we're like Embiid, who also has citizenship in France, who's from Cameroon? We want him. We want Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We want Jamal Murray, who's also from Canada.
How is it going to look if we have the All-Star, the Olympics this summer? Joel Embiid lead it to the goal for Team USA, and then next year the All-Star break, he's playing with the world team.
He's not like, and I don't mean this in any negative way. Patrick Ewing, grew up, he grew up in America or something. Did he play high school ball in America? No. Right. And obviously Georgetown, Embiid played a year in Kansas, but he's from Cameroon. I hear what you're saying. But I'm just saying, the bottom line, he's an international player. And so, Rob, and look, once Steph,
you can see the life left in Goldberg. Might be about to go out. Let him set up. This could be it, Corey. Will that prove to be enough this time? 2 count. Oh, kicked out. Getting out of that by the skin of their teeth. Here's the cover for the win. Man, that was such a long and hard-fought match. He earned that victory.
or at the Drew League, or in their open runs wherever they're playing.